born and raised in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and my family is from the Dominican Republic, Puerto Plata from the Dominican Republic. They came to New York actually in 1963, and they were there until about 1967, and then they moved to Lawrence in 1967. They wanted to come for a better future, for a good education for their children, and work, hopefully a good job, good money. I went to Lawrence High School. I graduated a long time ago. I don't want to say how long. I graduated in 1987. When I went to Lawrence High School, actually there was about maybe 40% minority, 60% white American. Now it's all minority, but when I was there, it was a very small minority. I went to school for electrical engineering. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Electrical Engineering from Merrimack College. The FAA hired me on the spot, like a week after graduation. They're like, okay, so we're going to send you to Little Rock, Arkansas for 12 weeks. I'm like, I'm having a baby. I have a 1-year-old at home. I don't think I should be going to Little Rock, Arkansas. And so I went back to my mentor from my high school days, and I said to her, I'm not going to work in engineering. There's just, everybody wants to send me away because I'm Latina, I'm bilingual, I speak Spanish. I'll be a great resource to them outside of this country as well as inside this country. And she's like, why don't you get into education? And I actually got into education by starting a program. It was called Explorations in Math and Science, and it was only for girls. And it was a summer program that I helped create, develop, and run for girls to encourage them to pursue careers in math and science. I started as a math teacher. I did that for about 7 years. Lawrence had an initiative to help people who were interested in becoming principals, administrators get their administration. So I joined that program, and I was able to get my license, and then the next year I became principal. So I came to PA in 2010, and that was a funny story because I wasn't looking to leave Lawrence. But my daughter was applying to be a teacher assistant in the summer session. And she says, Mom, you know, I applied to be a TA at Phillips summer session, but there's a job there for director of MS Squared. And I'm going to be bringing kids from all over the U.S. to Phillips Academy for this great math and science summer program. Wouldn't you like to do that? And I'm like, I'm the principal at the high school. No, I'm not leaving. Barbara Chase, who was the head of school at that time, said, come to the cultural sharing program. And of course, I fell in love with the kids as soon as I watched the cultural sharing. So MS Squared stands for Math and Science for Minority Students, and we bring African Americans, Native Americans, and Latinos from targeted cities across the U.S. to Phillips Academy for the summer for 5 weeks, for 3 consecutive summers. And our goal is to increase their math and science knowledge. Our goal is to help them get into a great college, and our goal is to make sure that they are prepared for a career in math and science in a great university. So being the principal at high school, you feel like you wear a million different hats. But for MS Squared, 120 kids become like my little family, and I have more direct contact with the kids. I feel like I'm making a bigger difference actually, because I can really help these 40 students get to the best possible place that they can be. I believe it's changing for the better. There are a lot of young professionals that are coming back to the city to make a difference in the city. I'm very excited about having Dianne Cruz as our new mayor. We actually went to school together, so I know him as a person, and so I know that he has a heart for the city, and I know he's going to try to do great things for our city. But there's also the Greater Lawrence Young Professionals Network, which is a network in the city of Lawrence, and it's bringing back young professionals who want to move to the city. So, and they're volunteering in different places. I'm on the board for Esperanza Academy, which is a middle school, tuition-free independent school right here on Garden Street for girls from 5th to 8th grade. I think a lot of people are finally realizing that if I come back and give, even if it's just an hour, volunteer at a school, or if I go to the Boys and Girls Club and I volunteer for a couple of hours on a weekend or once a month or something. Now that we have people who were born and raised here, who went through the school system, coming back, I feel like things are going to get better. They're slowly starting to get better. people are like, oh, it's been 100 days, what has he done? But it's impossible. People don't understand how hard it is to make big changes in 100 days. You can't. It takes time to make changes that are going to be impactful for the city. And so little things, yeah, we had great, snow removal, we had minimal snow days for the city of Lawrence, and all of that was in part for the things that he put in place. I just think that in the area of education and business development, he's making those small moves that are going to make a big payoff.